Hello, welcome to the Tallard Apartments Lease Signing DVD. My name is Matt. I'm a real estate broker for Tallard Apartments, and I also manage the front office. Let me be the first to say we greatly appreciate your business and the fact that you chose Tallard Apartments to be your landlord next fall. This video will act as a guide to walk you through the different sections of a Tallard Apartment lease. Please keep in mind that we'll do our best to cover each section thoroughly. However, it is up to your group to read through the entire contract. After the video, you will be given plenty of time to review each document, ask questions, and make sure you're 100% comfortable before you put your signature on the contract. With that being said, let's get started. In this section, we'll go over the main lease. The main lease is the legal size document that you have in the forms in front of you. On the top left, we'll list your names. Please take a few seconds to make sure your names are spelled properly. Underneath that, we list the address. Please make sure we're at the right lease signing. Underneath that, we have rent, and there's two amounts for rent. One is higher than the other, and the higher rent represents the security deposit and the full rent. When you pay your rent on time, you'll receive a prompt payment discount. Rent is considered on time when it's postmarked on or before the 15th day of each month. So, in other words, if you're paying your rent by mail, if you put your rent in the mail on the 15th, regardless of the day it comes to the office, it's still considered on time. Of course, you're always welcome to drop rent off here personally at the office. On the top right, we list our name under the agent for maintenance as well as the agent for rent collection. We own and manage all of our properties, so you'll come to us for paying rent as well as calling us for any maintenance requests that you may have. The next section is the term of the lease. It's a 12-month lease. It starts on August 15th at 6 p.m. and it ends on August 15th of the following year at 8 a.m. Underneath that section, we discuss the utilities. Each apartment is different. We'll stipulate who's responsible for what utility by putting an X by that certain utility. So in some cases, if you're a group that's renting a single family, you'll be responsible for paying all utilities. So there'll be an X underneath each of those utilities. In other cases, it might be a multi-unit where we're paying heat, and you'll notice that the landlord will pay heat in that instance. The next section discusses the security deposit. It's kind of a big paragraph. Essentially what it's saying is that we're collecting 1 month's rent security deposit. The security deposit is placed into our trust account and it stays there until your lease expires. Once that time takes place, we'll have 21 days to return the security deposit to you plus interest, and we'll get into the specifics of that here in a second. But the paragraph in the middle is just basically discussing the security deposit, where it's going, and what it's for. Underneath that, we have the special provisions. If we've made any remodeling promises or projects that we have taking place during your lease term, we'll stipulate what those are as well as put a deadline date in there. In some cases, we've included parking, so we'll put that in there as well. In most cases, pets are not allowed. The next section discusses pets, and if pets are not allowed, we'll cross out the R, and it'll say pets are not allowed. Underneath that is just the check marks showing you that there's other sections of the lease, and we'll go over those next. The next form we'll discuss is the security deposit payee designation form. It's the blue form. And what we're doing on this form is we're picking one person out of your group to be responsible for the security deposit. In the city of Madison, they have very strict laws on returning security deposits to tenants, and the landlord's required to return the security deposit to each person on the lease, which can get complicated. In most cases, we have several people on our leases, in which case we'll write the check out to several people. And ultimately what will happen is it'll be tough for all the roommates to get together to sign the check, as well as take it to a bank and get it cashed. So what we're doing this year is we're actually asking each group to select one member of the group to declare themselves the security deposit payee. And what we'll do is we'll take the security deposit check, make it out to that one person, and then we'll send it to the address that you instruct us. As far as this lease goes, you can change this at any time. For the purposes of the lease signing, we do need you to select one person, but when you guys move in or as we get closer to the time when we return the security deposit, you can certainly change this form by giving us something in writing. On this orange form, we're going to ask you to pick one person to be the main contact. We're just going to have that person fill out their name, their cell phone number, and their email addresses, and then everyone else is going to sign on that they choose that is the person that's going to be the main contact. This is the person that we'll call when we have any questions about the security deposit or the lease signing, as well as the person we'll contact when we need to notify the tenants about anything.